PAC snippets. Today we're going to talk about some responses to student behaviour at the prep school. One of the methods we use here is called shared concern, and it's a basic number of steps and script that we follow when we feel someone has been wrongly done by or there is a wrongdoer in the case. The research is telling us that steps of shared concern when there's a child who has empathy is the best way of dealing with a bullying or harassment behaviour. Firstly, we would ask the boy who has been wrongly done by to come in and discuss this with me. The reason why I'm sitting next to him because the research is also telling us that boys best talk when sitting shoulder to shoulder rather than across, which becomes quite threatening for them. I would then ask him to answer some of the following questions. And I'll start the interview a bit like this. I've asked you to come and speak with me because I've heard that some things have been happening to you that are making you unhappy at school. If the boy acknowledges that that's going on, and often when this occurs, they will say yes. It is really important that we acknowledge and listen to some of the things that have been going on. So I would ask them what sort of things have been making them unhappy. After they've had an opportunity to express what they've been going through, I would once again acknowledge that they're having a bit of a tough time. Wrapping up the interview, I would say we'll speak to a few boys about your situation and they will have to make some good suggestions to help you feel happier and safer at school, showing that we are in support of what they've come to talk to us about. I'd also finalise it by saying, I was wondering what you could do to help improve the situation for yourself and help you become happier at school. That way we're giving them some tools and frameworks to work by so that if ever a situation like this comes again, no matter whether it's at school, in the yard or at home, they hopefully will have those frameworks to respond. The next part of it is I say, okay, I'll see you next week to find out how you're getting on. So it's important in this process that a follow-up occur. The next stage, as you can see, I've asked the wrongdoer to come in and talk with me. Very similar process with a bit of difference in the questioning. I would start off the interview like this. I've asked you to come and speak with me because I've heard that some things have been happening to person X that are making him feel very unhappy at school. What sort of things have been making him unhappy? That way I am showing I'm sharing the concern rather than blaming. The problem with blaming is as soon as you say, have you done this, that and the other, a number of students will clam up, and what we're not doing is helping to solve the behaviour. Once if they have worked through those types of behaviours that they've been involved in regards to the wrongdoer, I would then support them in saying, it sounds like X is having a tough time. I was wondering what you could do to help improve the situation for yourself and help you to become happier at school. Once again, we go through some similar strategies on what it is and frameworks and tools that they can do to make sure that they know when those behaviours are on and what to do if it happens so they can change them. Once again, it's about important following up on how he's getting on with those behaviours and those strategies the next week.
The next stage of the process is restitution. That is where we get the wrongdoer and the wrongly done by to meet with me, and often we'll have bystanders there who can also share some of the problems and look at some of the outcomes as well. We'll sit in a room and first of all discuss what the problem is. Boys will have an opportunity to clarify what they are actually having troubles over. We again go through a number of options, 3 or 4, just to make sure they have a list of different ways of approaching it. Once we look at those options, we look at what the possible outcomes are. So, analysing the positives of each option, looking at the negatives of each option, so they are also able to see the perceptions. Once we have finished those, we go around and look at the boys and discuss what is their choice. Okay, what is your choice, boys? What do you want to do first? And they would pick their best options and generally rank them. So once again, you're clarifying what the best order is. We finish up by organising another meeting a week later to see how it went, And if it didn't work out, we need to go back and look at our options again to see if we can better those.